prior to Blake Shelton's romantic involvement with Gwen Stefani, who he serenaded on stage and with whom he wrote smash songs. Eventually, he and Stefani finally made their affair public in 2016, and they tied the knot in 2021 after initially meeting as judges on The Voice. However, this wasn't their first time exchanging vows. While Stefani wed rocker Glenn Rossdale, Blake Shelton has a history of marriages, the most well-known being his 4-year union with country singer Miranda Lambert. However, before his marriage to Lambert, Shelton was in a relationship with Kaynette Williams, his high school sweetheart and first spouse, according to Life and Style. The couple divorced in 2006. One love for Shelton. Now, let's take a closer look at Kaynette Williams. Blake Shelton met Williams when he was 15 years old in Oklahoma. Despite attending the same school, they didn't meet until after Williams graduated. They stayed friends for a while. They started dating when Shelton turned 21. Rather than a romantic dinner or a dramatic surprise, Williams eventually became Shelton's road manager. The happy couple tied the knot in a small ceremony in Gatlinburg, Tennessee on November 17, 2003, while Shelton was on vacation from touring with Toby Keith. The story goes like this: Shelton proposed soon after a morning of hunting with friends. After she said yes, they partied and celebrated the rest of the day. When Keith Williams and Shelton broke up in 2006, Shelton allegedly engaged in improper marital behavior. Shelton informed others. After her split from Shelton, Williams supposedly moved to Oklahoma. However, when he and Miranda Lambert moved in nearby, she realized that the state wasn't big enough for the three of them. So she eventually moved to Kansas, where she is now an award-winning kindergarten teacher. She received a teaching degree in 1997 and a master's in 2018. At 51 years old, she has long since moved on from her country music career and is now happily remarried. After falling in love with Cody, she migrated to Kansas. In 2013, Joe Shuke became a world champion steer roper. Cody's mom, Patricia Sheik, told the National Enquirer that the pair met via common acquaintances, fell in love quickly, and haven't been apart since. The first wife of Blake Shelton, Blake Shelton's high-profile romances with Gwen Stefani have captivated fans around the world, but the country music singer had another significant figure in his life before that, his first wife, Kaynette Williams. Their love story, filled with ups and downs, provides a counterpoint to Shelton's romantic endeavors and the complexities and challenges that come with them, particularly when fame is involved. Blake Shelton is from the neighboring town of Tishomingo. Kaynette Williams was born in Oklahoma in 1973. The two were childhood sweethearts and began dating in their teens. Their love blossomed into a marriage. The couple's bond, formed in a tight-knit community steeped in rural customs, was built on shared experiences and mutual understanding. In 1999, Blake and Kaynette tied the knot in front of their loved ones, marking the beginning of a lifelong romance that began as a childhood friendship. We were there for Shelton when he was just getting his country music career off the ground, when he was full of hope and excitement about what the future held, and Kaynette was a big part of it. Blake helped Shelton with his first album and live performances, but there's little time for introspection in the entertainment industry, and the pressures of fame would eventually show their relationship's cracks as Shelton's career skyrocketed and his life became more hectic. His life was soon dominated with touring, publicity, and engagements as his popularity skyrocketed with classic songs like Austin and Old Blue. When the spotlight shone on Blake and Kaynette, the tabloid gossip and public scrutiny intensified, and Kaynette, who had been a source of solace at first, began to navigate the intricacies and anxieties that came with being married to a rising star. Many Hollywood partnerships endure difficulties due to fame and success, and Blake and Kaynette's marriage was no different. Kaynette filed for a divorce from Shelton in 2006, around 7 years after the couple's marriage started, citing irreconcilable differences as the reason for the breakup. Allegations in the media suggested marital strife and said that Shelton's rising stardom was the driving force behind the split. After years of seeing their love grow, many were shocked by the breakup and wondered what went wrong. Following her divorce, Kaynette Williams once again made headlines when she accused Blake Shelton of engaging in improper behavior throughout their marriage. Cast a shadow over Shelton's image and brought an unexpected amount of drama to the couple's past. Although the details of the accusations are still murky, they shed insight on the emotional devastation that ensued after their split. Their breakup exposed the harsh realities that frequently accompany being a celebrity, which elicited mixed reactions from fans and media sources. Some questioned the authenticity of Kaynette's claims, while others sympathized with her. In a later interview, Blake discussed his feelings about the breakup of his marriage and the genuine pain he felt as a result. Although his music often strikes a chord with listeners, his personal experiences provide a stark contrast to the positive tone. Blake Shelton's life in the public eye has been defined by his deep, resonant voice, cowboy charm, and a tumultuous romantic history. Today, many recognize his high-profile marriages and relationships, particularly with Miranda Lambert and Gwen Stefani. However, before he became a country music superstar, Blake Shelton had another great love, his high school sweetheart and first wife, Kaynette Williams. Their story was one of youthful romance, unwavering support, and ultimately painful heartbreak. Long before the bright lights of Nashville and the dizzying heights of fame, Blake Tollison Shelton was just a small-town boy from Ada, Oklahoma. It was there that he met Kaynette Williams, née Gurn, the girl who would become his first great love. The two were inseparable in high school, bound by a love that seemed unshakable. Kaynette was more than just a girlfriend, she was Blake's biggest supporter. In the early days of his career, when he was just another aspiring musician, she stood by him, offering encouragement and belief in his dreams. While Blake honed his skills and worked toward stardom, Kaynette provided him with stability and devotion, a grounding force amid the unpredictability of the music industry. As Blake's career began to take off, so too did their relationship. In 2003, when he was on the cusp of stardom, Blake and Kaynette tied the knot in a small, intimate ceremony in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It was a seemingly perfect union, two young lovers, deeply committed, embarking on a new chapter together. For a while, their marriage reflected the simplicity and sincerity of their early romance. Kaynette continued to be Blake's rock, handling aspects of his career behind the scenes while he pursued his passion for country music. However, with growing success came growing strain. Blake Shelton's rise in the country music world was meteoric. His deep voice and affable personality made him a favorite among fans. His breakout hits like Austin and Ole Red established him as one of country's most promising new stars. But as his star ascended, the pressures of fame began to take a toll on his marriage. With grueling tour schedules, endless public appearances, and increasing media scrutiny, the fairy tale romance that had begun in the halls of their Oklahoma high school started to fray. The couple faced challenges that many young marriages do, but the added burden of celebrity life magnified every issue. Reports later surfaced that trust and commitment had become major points of contention between them. Kaynette, who had been a steady presence in Blake's life, found herself in an unfamiliar and overwhelming world. The woman who once supported him from behind the scenes was now struggling with the shifting dynamics of their relationship. Blake, in turn, was swept up in the whirlwind of his career, making it harder to nurture the relationship they had once cherished. By 2006, just 3 years after saying "I do," Blake and Kaynette's marriage was over. Their divorce was painful, and Kaynette later revealed in interviews that the split had left her heartbroken. She cited Blake's behavior and the pressures of fame as factors that led to their separation. In later years, Kaynette would allege that their marriage had become unhealthy, with reports suggesting that emotional turmoil had played a significant role in their decision to part ways. She retreated from the limelight, choosing to live a more private life away from the celebrity drama, while Blake continued on his path to stardom. For Blake, life after divorce meant immersing himself in his music. Not long after his split from Kaynette, he met fellow country star Miranda Lambert. Their undeniable chemistry led to a passionate romance, one that was heavily scrutinized by the media and fans alike. Some speculated that his connection with Miranda had played a role in his divorce from Kaynette, though Blake and Miranda maintained that their relationship developed after his marriage ended. Meanwhile, Kaynette chose to leave the entertainment world entirely. She moved back to Kansas, where she found a new sense of peace and purpose. She eventually remarried, finding love with a rodeo champion and creating a quiet life far removed from the glitz and glam of Nashville.